Hello, I hope you're keeping well. Welcome to Arsenal Women's TV. If you come across the video, I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe. It really makes a difference to the channel, so thank you so much for your support. Just carrying on from our 7-0 win over Leicester City in the WSL. We play Lyon today in the Champions League semi-final away at Lyon. Thankfully, we have a 2-1 lead to take to Lyon, which is great. We really used our home advantage and came out strong in the second half. We just, sometimes in football, you have to kind of make your own luck. Just with regards to traveling to Lyon, Lyon are a really, really solid team, as I've said before. They have all the football heritage. They've won the Champions League final many, many times. They're a really solid team, really attacking. They play high risk, high reward football, which can be very dangerous to play against. We saw that in the first half at the Emirates. So look, we're going to have our work cut out for us. They have the home advantage. I think we're probably going to set up similar enough to the way we did at the Emirates. I heard that Chloe Kelly is back in training. Now, whether or not she makes the bench, that's a separate thing. We're going to have to wait and see. Beth Mead was also out for our last two games. She was out due to personal reasons, so I'm unsure about her, but I think we're going to line up similar enough. It was great to get the 7-0 win against Leicester. I know that was in the WSL, but that gave us so much confidence going into this game. The likes of Frida Monum had a really, really good game. She scored and assisted. Smila Homburg, I'm not sure if she'll play, but massive boost to her. She got her first ever brace for Arsenal and an assist and player of the match against Leicester, so fair play to her. Leah Williamson scored as well from a Smila Homburg assist when we got that corner towards the end of the game. Look, a lot of our players just played really, really well against Leicester. Stina Blackstenius got 2 goals, fair play to her. Mariona Caldente was on the score sheet against Leicester. So look, our players should be going in with loads of confidence, It's not going to be an easy game, but look, I know that Renee will have a really good game plan. She's really tactically aware. She's well able to switch things up. She's really calm and confident in the players, which is great to see. She's not frantic on the sideline running up and down. She has a lot of trust in the players, and the players trust her, and you can see that there's no micromanaging going on. They just go straight into it. They know what they have to do, and that's it. That's all we can ask of them. So yeah, look, I'm really looking forward to the game. I'm positive about the game. I think that we will defeat them. I don't want to speak too soon, but look, 2-1 lead away from home. We've travelled well as well, so I don't see why we can't score at least another goal or two and nullify them in attack. They were really attacking in the first half at the Emirates, so that's definitely something to keep an eye on. They were really high intensity, high energy, and we really, really struggled with that. But look, we're going to have to be really focused and be really on it, So I think she's going to go with a similar enough lineup. I think it'll be Daphne van Domselaar in goal. Lotte Houben-Moy, I think, will be playing. I'm not sure if Steph Catley's back from injury. I don't think she is. Emily Fox, I think, will make a start. Leah Williamson and Katie McCabe. I think in centre mid it'll be Kim Little and Mariona. They've been really, really solid, and they really complement each other really well, so I expect them to start. With regards to the 10, Frida Monum had a great game against Leicester. Now I know against Lyon at the Emirates, she went with Arusso in the 10 and Stina in the 9. It'll be interesting to see if she does decide to switch that up. I felt like Alessia was a bit quiet in the game against Lyon at home, so it'll be interesting. I think, with Frida Monum and how well she played against Leicester, she'll be really confident. I think, you know, she's really capable at linking up play, and she has a really good partnership with Alessia Russo. So she might make that change, she might not. So we'll wait and see with that. With regards to the wingers, I think Olivia Smith will start because, yeah, it's unknown whether or not Beth Mead will be back. As I said, Chloe Kelly is back in training, but is she fully fit? We're unsure. So I think it'll be Olivia Smith and more than likely Caitlin Ford. She's been playing really, really well. She's full of trickery. Her close ball control is really, really good as well. I think just sometimes her final product kind of lets her down a little bit. But yeah, I think those two will more than likely start. And then I think, you know, Alessia Russo, you have to start her. She's been one of our best players this season, especially in the 9. She scored so many goals. So look, I think that'll be the lineup. We will have Laia Kadina, sorry, on the bench. Taylor Hines is there. Palova also came on against Leicester. She's another option in midfield. Smila Holmberg, as I said, played really, really well against Leicester as well, obviously, with her Player of the Match award. Yeah, so look, our bench is kind of looking a little bit weak at the minute with the likes of Chloe Kelly and Beth Mead out, but if they are available, they'll give us great options off the bench. So fingers crossed they're back. Yeah, and I think there's going to be a good few signings in the summer. I know we're looking at midfielders. You know, with the likes of Kyra Cooney-Cross, who hasn't really been available due to personal reasons at the latter half of this season. So she is a loss because she was playing really, really well for us. So we are a bit light. And, you know, with the likes of Leah Williamson, who we're kind of still easing back in, she's building up her minutes, but we're going to have to be careful. And look, as I said, I'm expecting us to win and to reach the Champions League final. Bayern Munich and Barcelona are playing on Sunday. They're playing tomorrow, so I'll be keeping a close eye on that. That'll be an interesting match. It was interesting as well to see one of the players get a red card for pulling hair in the last game. So yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, look, I'm optimistic. I'm positive. The team are full of confidence. You know, beating Leicester, we were really, really ruthless. So I'm hoping we're going to use all of this to our advantage away against Lyon. So yeah, look, fingers crossed. I'm sure you guys are all tuning in and you'll be keeping a close eye on the game. But yeah, fingers crossed for the win, and fingers crossed we get to the final. I will see you after for a post-match reaction. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.